It is indeed an electrifying 72-page plus. Emphasis on the plus graphic novel. That's Wraith of God. That's my book, and that's why we're here today, because I told you guys that I would unbox the guns when I got them, and they just showed up. So I just ran up here. I did a little banner thing. I scheduled the thing, and here we are. So welcome to Aaron Live. This is the last second live stream. It serves a dual purpose today, and that is unboxing the Wraith of God replica prop guns that I'll be using as reference in the book. And also, since I'm here, I'm going to draw a monster. Now, I know that live streaming on a Friday afternoon, probably not the best time to live stream, but when the guns show up, you got to take them out of the box. And I wanted to share it with you guys. So anyway, let's see here. John, let me try that again. Let's see who's here. John is first one in the door. Congratulations, John. You get absolutely nothing for that, but thank you for being first and joining us. Nornrad 2 Turbo is here. My goodness. Nornrad, I haven't seen you in a while. Randy Howell's here. Now, see, this is what you call fortuitous timing, right? I just sat down and found this. Cool. Aaron Louvier is here. He's starting to become the guy that's always here. He's like leg kick. JP Roca is here. Daniel Russell. What up, Aaron? Hey, Daniel. Thanks for joining us. Bill Meechan is here. Hey, Bill. Thanks for joining us. You just finished work, and there you go. You walked right into this. Good times. All right. Well, how much should I stall? I'm going to let a few more people in before I crack open the box. So let's take a look at the box, shall we? Oh, it's heavy. That must mean there's something cool inside. Yeah, so it pretty much says fragile, which means that that's a cue to the post office to do as much as they can to wreck it. So hopefully that did not happen. Looks like it's in fairly decent shape. So, all right. So here we got the big box. You know, if it's this big, there's got to be something good inside, something big and good. So let's see. I'm using the old X-Acto knife to cut this sucker open. All right. Okay, you know what might be better? Yeah, there we go. I might switch over. I'm going to switch over to my other camera because they'll give us a better shot. Zoom out. All right, so we're opening it up. I ordered 2 guns. So one's going to be the Wraith's gun, and one is going to be Esther's gun. Now, Denix, this is the smaller one, so let's take a look at what the Wraith will be firing. Oh, this is cool. I can get the dumb thing open. This is like a little kid at Christmas. Oh my gosh, this thing is heavy too. Look at this. Oh, baby. Oops, sorry. Look at that. You're saying, does this really? Oh my goodness. Look at that. Look at that. It's got a barrel and everything. Look at that. Wow. So that should pull out. And normally this would pull out, and then this thing would flop down. So you could pull the bullets or put the bullets in, but it doesn't look like it actually does that. But you can't fire without, as Graham Nolan pointed out to me, you can't fire one of these old guns without first pulling the hammer back with your thumb. So look at that. That is sweet. So now I can do all sorts of 3-dimensional shots just by turning the gun like this. Yeah. All right. Like this was just like, it was like $60 is all, you know? This thing is heavy too. Oh my goodness. It's not a real gun. You guys are like, yeah, just look down the barrel. It's not a real gun. All right, let's take a look at this one. This one I'm kind of excited about too because, oh my goodness, this is the Esther special. The barrel's sticking out right in my face. Yeah, look down the barrel. Again, these are not real guns, so they're not going to fire. Oh, are you kidding me? Look at that. Double barrel, baby. Look at that. Oh my gosh, there's 2 triggers too. Oh my goodness. Kidding me. Look at how those, oh my gosh. So I guess you fire one at a time and you fire the other one. Wow. There you go. Boom. Just blew your head off. No. Look at that. Nice wood. This is not plastic, dudes. This is actual wood and metal. Oh my gosh. So Esther's going to be carrying this sucker around. Oh, baby. These are so cool. I've never owned a like replica gun like this before that has like the weight, and I've had plastic ones I got for like Christmas when I was a kid, right? But which they don't even make those anymore. But wow, so cool. What is it with guns and machinery that guys are just like, oh, these are so awesome, and cars, and stuff. So all righty. All right, so I'm sure you guys have a few comments. Let's see here. Yeah, there's Comanga warning. Be careful, Aaron. Don't shoot yourself with a fake gun. Bill, that's an excellent question. I think the double barrel. No, you know what? Actually, some of these were cap guns, some of them weren't. I don't think either one of these fires caps. Which that would have been cool too. Just tip when firing. Okay. Yeah, Randy, you got it, buddy. These are nice. Aaron recognizes fine quality when he sees it. They are. I mean, they're like heavy duty. I mean, they'll start messing around with them and they'll fall apart, right? But no, they look like they're really good quality. I got these from Replica Guns Direct is where I got these. There was 3 or 4 places. That sold replica guns. They're all about the same price. But the fact that, like this is wood and not plastic. I mean, this is really metal. This thing is heavy. So that's pretty darn cool. It's reminding me that I need to continue to rehab my shoulder. Just lifting those things up, I'm like, wow, I'm still really weak. Yeah, there's no mechanism for these to be cap guns. They're just, but man, I feel like a cowboy. So these are very cool. So this is the Wraith's gun, and I got to go in and make some changes. Oh, that's cool how they're, okay, I see it's different on each side. I'm going to see little details like that make all the difference in the world. So, yeah, but those actually fired, that actually had like you know, blanks in it. You can't load it with anything. No, they're not customs. They have them on their website. They had actually a fairly good selection of old Western guns, and I just kind of picked the ones that I thought I liked the look of and that fit the right dates, because I didn't want something that was manufacturing after, you know, after 1880. When does the story take place? You know, it's funny. I said in the write-up the story takes place in 1883, but then I was looking at my script and I have it at 1886. And that's only because there's a mention of President Grover Cleveland in there, which is completely non-essential to the story. So I'm going back and double checking and seeing if I want to move this to 1883 or 1886. You'd think it probably wouldn't make that much difference, and it probably won't. But I wanted to make sure I got guns that were manufactured before 1880, so I wouldn't have any sort of conflict. And from what I can understand, both of those were manufactured much earlier than that. You know, Bill, not right now, but if you hit me up on Facebook, I'll send you the link. I'll get the link because I'd have to go dig it up right now for the show. Yeah, see, there you go. The gun that killed Brandon Lee was killed by a real gun with a blank round. There you go. And Destructo says Esther can use that thing as a club if necessary. Nice weapon. As heavy as this is, heck yeah, man. Just crack someone over the head with that wooden handle. Oh, I'm so excited. Well, see, the funny thing is I've got pages 4 and 5 sitting there. I finished up 5 because I had a side shot of the gun and in just one panel, and I just used photo reference for it. But then some of the other ones, I got him holding the gun, pointing it at camera, and I really wanted to get a 3-dimensional shot of that, so that you know, actually it's left hand too, so it's, well, actually you guys are getting shot in reverse, but it's, you know, kind of like this. Kind of looks like, it really looks like the wide angle lens on this monitor camera really makes it look like a dirty hairy gun, doesn't it? But I wanted to get it so the hand grip was right and the barrel and everything was right. So I've been inking around that shot on the page, but now I can finish it up today, and then I can post both those pages 4 and 5 together. I've got pencils of 6 and 7 on the board right now, but I don't want to. I want to show you guys, but at the same time, it's like I don't want to ruin the book by showing you guys every stinking page. So is that a 10-inch barrel? I don't think so. It looks like it's more about 8 inches. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It might be 6. It might be 6. It's probably 6. It just looks longer when I, because of the wide angle lens that's on the monitor. But yeah, I think it's from here to there. It looks like it's about 6 inches. They had ones that were like super long, you know, long barreled things, and I was like, God, that'd be really cumbersome to draw that and stuff. So I figured I'll go with the shorter. Daniel, I'm not going to replay that. Eric's like, what guns did you get? Dude, you can't come in late, man. I got this, which is a, what's the name of it? They're made by Denix, made in Spain. How about that? So they must be good, right? They put in a little catalog thing. Oh my gosh, look at all these guns. Look at all these. Oh my gosh, I got to get pirate guns. Look at all these colonial and pirate guns options they have. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh, I got to get a pirate gun just to have one. I'm going to have a whole fake gun collection. Oh my gosh, they got knives and stuff too. Holy crap, look at these. Are you kidding me? Wow. Oh my gosh, am I going to give up comic collecting and become a gun collector and a weapon collector? Look at all this stuff, man. Look at all those military guns. Now, I did find a site that actually had real guns. I mean, they were replicas, but they were actually guns you could fire, but they were like $1,200 and up. So this is a it doesn't have the same name on it as it did the it's a I know it was a Civil War gun, but I can't remember. They just have a reference number on here. They don't actually have the description of the gun, but this, it says 7.5-inch barrel is what it says. It's a Peacemaker 45 caliber Peacemaker revolver, 7.5-inch barrel, or 7.25-inch barrel. That's what that is. And this one is double barrel baby. God, these are cool. This almost feels kind of like a pirate gun, doesn't it? With that, I love that double handle action. This is a double-barreled pistol, is what it's called. 1868 is when that was manufactured. The revolver I have 1873. So these are all made earlier than the story takes place. So I'm good to go with these babies. Look at that, man. John Wayne probably used something like this, huh? Oh my gosh, it is so heavy, and my shoulder is so freaking weak. I can't believe it. It only takes a year for the surgery to heal. It's been 7 months. I still have 5 months before I can even begin to think that I'm 100%. Oh my gosh, I just want to go and like play with these all day. Oh, wait a minute, this is spring loaded. What the heck? What does that do? Interesting. All right. So, okay, I had my little Christmas moment there. So you guys can see the guns that I'm going to be using for reference, and I'm going to go buy some pirate guns because my gosh, those are cool. Even though I won't be using them in this story, it makes you want to do a pirate story just so you can get pirate guns. Yeah, it does sort of look like a sawed-off shotgun, but it's basically just called a double-barreled pistol, which it seems like it's a little bigger than just a pistol, but so they got it. There you go. That's what we should do. You know, my mom was quite the seamstress. In fact, she was a professional seamstress at one time, but she's 90. You know, she's got a little arthritis, and so getting her to sew anything anymore is not going to happen. But she used to make all my costumes for me. When I wanted like crazy superhero costumes, she'd make them for me. And so I could put together a Wraith costume, but that would require either talking my wife into doing it, which seems unlikely, or getting my mom to do it, which seems even more unlikely now. But we should. I think Halloween's on a Sunday this year, so we'll have to dress up for our show. That's for sure. Kevin P. West, hey there, Aaron. Hope your Friday's going well. It is, man. I've been working. I've been drawn, which is working. I got my guns, my fake guns. Let me, preface that. Oh, look at that. Switchboard operator, World War II. That's exciting. I mean, it's not exciting, but I mean, it is kind of cool that your mom was that big part of history. That's what I meant by exciting. Okay. So let's draw a picture, shall we? Dude, don't ask me about history, about gun history. I have no idea. I'm just saying that's what it said. It was no, it didn't say, I think it didn't say Civil War, it said Confederate, I think, which doesn't necessarily mean that it was a pistol from the Civil War. I mean, like I said, the date on this, they said was 1874 on this pistol is when it was manufactured. But I believe they called it again, I'd have to, it's not in this catalog they sent me, it's on the website, but I believe it was was it a Union or Confederate? God, I can't remember. But anyway, so there you go. Yeah, I have Graham on the show to explain to me what the guns are. Oh my gosh. Your dad was in the Battle of the Bulge? Wow. Jeez, man. It's amazing. Okay, so let's draw a picture. I'm so giddy about the guns, I can't even concentrate to draw a picture. I do have sort of an idea what I'm going to do, though. There we go. That's as close as we're going to get, and that's as close as we need to go. You guys will be happy to know that I actually do have my pencil, and I do have my pens. Sorry. So I am totally ready. Much more ready than I was yesterday. Considering how excited I was about the guns, I didn't forget to do anything. But again, I like to preface all that by saying that this is a last-second live stream, so my prep time is practically zero. Now, I do like the Creature from the Black Lagoon, but I'm going to kind of do a variation on that, kind of my own version. Just for fun, because it's like, if I do the actual version, then it's like, well, then I sort of have to follow the rules and the established, and it's a great costume, so it's not like a, it's not that I don't like it, because I do, but then I have to sort of, like I said, follow the rules. I'd rather make up my own. There'll be some similarities, though. The Crimson Fangs, man. I don't think the original one had any fangs, but, sort of a fish guy. So fish don't really have fangs unless you're a piranha. So we're going to go that. We'll say this guy's closest ancestor would be the piranha, so that's why he has teeth. Put a little indication of water down here. It's just good, clean monster fun. I hope you guys, speaking of monster fun, I hope you guys watched the Professionals Trivia show last night. I'm getting into a habit of doing like trivia game show type stuff. But it's so much fun. And if you didn't see it, you guys check out my YouTube channel. Because it's one of those things where sometimes live streams can get a little long and a little boring, and they're okay if you're there for the live stream, but if you're watching it after the fact is not always the most entertaining thing. But when we do these game show things, they're actually pretty fun, so they're worth. You can kind of get some fun enjoyment out of watching them after the fact. So I would recommend checking that out if you didn't get it last night. And we'll just have a few like catfish type barbs coming off his legs and stuff. That would be all right. And maybe off his shoulders as well. This is just good, good wholesome Halloween fun, isn't it? I might be a little bit depressed after this month is over and I'm not drawing monsters anymore. I mean, I suppose I could actually draw monsters whenever I want to, but it seems appropriate to do it during the Halloween season. I know that's a little blurry and I apologize, but I have to keep the lights down a little bit so that I can actually keep the glare down a little bit. But it'll become much clearer when I start inking, which is going to be right about now. Let's see who's here. Geek Avenger, let the new toys be your muse, bro. Oh, they will be. It's only fitting if you draw Dirty Harry. Do I listen to music while I'm drawing? Never. Sometimes. I shouldn't say never. Sometimes. Last time I listened to talk radio. Sometimes I'll listen to Christian radio and talk, which is basically talk radio. Keel, not Kevin, with Comics Elite says hi. You bought something from me, and boy, I think I just sent all that art out. I can't remember which one you got, but you'll be getting it soon. Yeah, Randy Howell reminds me, and I should remind everybody else with a quick. I always forget to do this public service announcement. So, please remember to like and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subscribed already, one of the benefits of subscribing, of course, is that you get alerts when I do these last-second live streams. Otherwise, you just have to sort of stumble upon it. And where's the fun in that? So... and hit the like button, because I guess that does help monetization, or so they tell me. Geek Avenger, he's got his like button pushed. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Gabe is in the chat. Gabe will be, I should have Gabe on my show here. I will soon, because Gabe is going to be coloring Wraith of God. We just worked out a deal, so that's awesome. So say, hey, Gabe. Hi, Gabe. Thanks for joining us. So there we go. So let's continue. There is a weird, I don't know, maybe my glasses are dirty, but there's like I'm getting a weird reflection off the pencil on this paper. I was having that trouble the other day too, yesterday. I don't know why. I bet what it is, why I didn't notice it before, is I've been drawing really big faces. And these last two ones I've done, the last three actually, because I did King Kong, and then I did the witch on the broomstick yesterday, I think it was. And I've been usually drawing these really big faces, so little tiny face details haven't been an issue for me, because I really haven't had to deal with any of them. But now I am a little bit. I'm getting some weird reflection that makes it just a tad bit harder to see the pencil lines that I've put on there. There we go. I think I'm going to get pizza tonight. There's this like trendy sort of pizza place called Mod Pizza. I don't know if you guys have that wherever you live at. But my daughter sort of turned me on to it. Oh my goodness, I'm like hooked on it now. Oh, there's a really great Italian restaurant in and around this area called Nonna Amelia's. And they have the best. And if you like, deep dish or thick crust pizza, oh my gosh, it's so good. But unless you have a bunch of people, I mean, the pizzas are just freaking huge. And since no one really is at home right now other than me, my wife, and my mother, the kids are not. So it's kind of like buying a gigantic pizza like that would only help us gain massive amounts of weight. Whereas the Mod pizza is a thin crust pizza and more of a personal pizza. So you're not getting like too much. I'm sure you guys have been keeping track of Dan Fraga's Fragtober streams where he's drawing stuff. Just the other night, he drew a fantastic, I think, I guess it was 2 nights ago now, piece from Wizards. I mean, that was a great piece. And it was a great piece of peace. It's like I wished I had been the guy who won that, or been on that show so I could have drawn it myself. It's pretty awesome. We get that webbing in between the fingers here. I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of winging this as I go. Just got to make sure I get off the air before those Friday Night Tights guys get on, because they rule the airways apparently on Friday nights. Oh, hey, leg kick finally rolled in. That's good. Yeah, that's what it is, I guess. Oh, you have the Ghost Rider. That's right. So leg kick's finally in the house. Good. He's trying to be as funny as David Williams, but he's got to work on that. Boo! But keep trying. Keep trying. Although you don't get points for effort around here. We only what is it that Yoda said? there is no try, there is only do, or something like that. So we only reward successful humor around here. Bill, $200, right? I'm not sure what you're asking about the $200 for. Don't encourage him. Friday Night Tights can't be over already. It's only what? It's not even. It's like 6:30 Eastern time. Do they go that early? Oh, well, I guess I lucked out then, huh? I'm sure Ethan's going to go on here. He's been going on like every night, so. Let's see. So that forearm's going to show a little bit underneath here. You know, funny. This is, by the way, Bill asked what weight this paper was, and that's an excellent question. It's very, very heavy. It's a multi-media paper, mixed media paper. Excuse me. 300. Yeah, it's 184 pound. That's really weird. I'll show you really quick. This is the. This is what I'm using. Tone Gray Mixed Media Strathmore. 184 pound is what that says right there, 9 by 12 inches. Acid-free, 30% post-consumer fiber for wet and dry media. So there you go. Don't mean to insult whoever drew this, but it's not very good. I guess I just insulted them. Okay. Anyway. Who am I to talk? I'm drawing Halloween monsters, so. Maybe that shoulder should come out just a bit more. We'll make these spikes come out of here rather than up here, which is more of a plated surface now. So I don't know that it would have spikes coming out of it, although I suppose it doesn't really matter. They come out of wherever they wanted. So all right, so I'm gonna use my freshly filled black Copic markers here to put some shadows in here. I don't know that I was 100% sure what I was going to draw before I came on, but I had to get on and open those guns. So I'll just figure this out as I go along. Let's see here. Has anybody seen that new Halloween flick? Kind of curious about it. I don't know why. I thought, of course, the first Halloween was great, and then it just sort of got worse and worse for a long time. And then I thought Halloween H2O was good enough to watch, especially the ending. And then there was one before that, right, where Jamie Lee Curtis, just like a couple of years ago, like they trapped him in the burning house, and that was supposedly the end of him. But of course, it never is the end of Michael Myers. And that's where this one picks up, is where the where that last one left off. It's funny, there's something really compelling about those movies. Even the bad ones are sort of fun and creepy to watch. Hey, Bill's like, hey, this is my favorite monster you've done so far. All right, well, good. Louis Bright Raven wants a little free publicity, so I'll give it to him. I'll be on at 8 p.m. Eastern. That'll be 5 o'clock Pacific. So that's an hour and 15 minutes from now. As a matter of fact, I do leg kick. I do have that featuring the Manphibian. Yes, I do. It's funny. Donald Pleasant's playing a good guy. It was interesting. I was used to him as Blofeld. You know, he was also the president in Escape from New York, which is also like a film I love. I love all the John Carpenter, Kurt Russell films. I mean, Escape from LA wasn't great, but I still watched it. But like, Escape from New York, The Thing, and Big Trouble in Little China are some of my favorite movies. I don't know why I'm such a Kurt Russell fan, but I am. So just in case, you know, Kurt's watching or something right now, big fan, Kurt, big fan. I'll tell you one thing, I'm getting used to getting back into the groove of spotting blacks, especially now that I'm doing Wraith of God, because man, there's a lot of black in that. see here. On these marker sketches, I like to just kind of go in and put in where I think the black's going to be. In fact, as you can see, I'm doing it fairly roughly. And then I'll just go in and clean it up a bit. Well, actually more than a bit. With a more detailed pen. Or a thinner pen for more detail. Okay. No, you know what? I'm going to put some more black in. Oh, I just got notification, by the way, from Dark Horse that the Garbage Man trade paperbacks will be in the last week of this month, which is just what, like 25th or something they're supposed to be. So that's exciting. As the inventory for my Wraith of God campaign starts to pile up in my house, it'd be nice if I could just like mail everything out to you guys as I got it. But yeah, I'm already getting soaked for postage. I don't want to make it worse. So you just have to be patient. But at least they'll be, you know, they're here. That's the only thing that sort of scared me about the campaign, was that I had a couple of items, the Power Cube trade paperbacks and the Garbage Man trade paperbacks, that I wasn't publishing, right? They were being published by somebody else. And so I'm selling stuff that I didn't have in hand and didn't have control over. You know, so I was, what if they short me, or what if they, you know, and I can't fulfill the orders and blah, blah, blah. That doesn't seem like that's going to be the issue, which is good. But there was a limited amount of Garbage Man trades I was able to get. And I may be able to get more, and I'll find out probably by the 25th. And if I do, I'll put some more back up on the campaign for those of you that didn't get the Garbage Man trade paperback but would like to get a signed copy. You can also get it through Amazon or your local comic shop, but if you want a signed copy, you'd have to get it through the Wraith of God campaign. I know some people are into that, some people don't give a rip, and that's totally fine. But I did sell, oh my gosh, I sold like 400 copies of that trade paperback through the campaign, which I thought if I sold 100, you know, I'd have been happy. But 400, I couldn't believe it. And that's what made me nervous. So I started going, oh my gosh, am I going to be able to get all those copies from Dark Horse? But it appears that that's not going to be a problem. So. So essentially, I'll be giving them back all the money that they paid me to do it by buying copies from them. So, but that's all right. It got done, and you know, which is what I really, really wanted to get that traded and available to everybody. Because I think it's actually pretty good, but of course the reality is I wrote it and drew it, so I, you know, of course I think it's good, but I actually think it is. So I've done stuff I don't think is good. So. I'd have to admit it's kind of weird because I'm back doing panel art again, which I haven't done in a long time. I've been doing mostly this kind of stuff, and commissions, and then like sketches for live streams. And it's like, maybe it was a rest or a break. I shouldn't say rest, but a break from doing panel stuff. It kind of helped invigorate me a little bit. My dog is outside the door growling to get in here. I'm going to let him in, and he's going to start bugging me and go, "Feed me, dude, feed me." So hang on a second here while I let him in. Oops, sorry. Ugh. There's a dog in the house. Oops. Oh, that's me tripping over the camera. Now, where do we set this? Boom. Okay. Guess I should check the chat real quick here. Jeff is angling for some punishment. There you go, Jeff. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, or as a variant, the original Nutty Professor and Buddy Love, Jerry Lewis version. I'm a huge fan of the original 1931, or was it 32, Frederick March version, and especially the makeup. Oh my gosh, this stuff was so awesome. Randy Howell wants the signed copy of Garbage Man. There you go. Marker on paper is a very comforting sound. It's like it's a Bob Ross thing, isn't it? Ken Carson's in the house. Hey, Ken, thanks for joining us. Okay. This dog's like, "Feed me," and I'm like, "You're just gonna have to wait till I'm done with the Gill Man." These holding lines need to be a little. And there he goes to bark at kids. See, I open the door and let him in, and this is what I get. This is my reward. It's him running downstairs barking at people. The other interesting thing, these mixing these markers, which I'm doing, they reflect differently. Some are darker than other ones. Some of them are glossy. Some of them have kind of a matte ink finish to them. I mean, obviously, when you print it or scan it, pardon me, it comes out black. There's no issue there, but it does look a little bit different on the original simply because there's like that Copic ink is darker than this Stadler, for example. Probably can't even tell. Yeah, you can't really tell it on the feed, but it is. Which means after I do this, I'm probably going to, because I'm such a, I don't want to say perfectionist, but, you know, type A, I'm going to have to go in and touch up that black so it looks so it looks the same darkness. I just drives me nuts. I think that's a mental illness, isn't it? I don't know what it's called, but isn't that what Jack Nicholson had in that that movie where As Good as It Gets or something? You know, he was like a obsessive compulsive, or I don't know, something like that. It's funny how excessive line work can make up for a world of bad choices otherwise. Just render the crap out of something and it, you know, oh, that looks cool. And you're like, well, don't look too closely. I just find it amazing that you're inside a house, you know, and you got all this wood, and you've got insulation, and you've got all these different things as a barrier, and yet you can hear every little thing outside like it's just in the room with you. It's really strange, this neighborhood. When we moved into this neighborhood, my kids were young. My son was in, I think he was just starting junior high, so it just would have been, or middle school, which would have been 6th grade. My daughter was like in pre-K. And there was a bunch of kids in the neighborhood, right? And they were all about the same age. Well, they're all gone now because my son's 28. My daughter's a sophomore in college. And yet now suddenly there's a bunch of little kids in the neighborhood again. So somebody must have moved out with new kids coming in. But we sort of live at the bottom of the hill, and I think there's probably a lot of action up at the top of the hill that we're unaware of. How are we doing? Well, it's not too bad. I'll put a little bit more shading in here. No, I'm out in the suburbs. I mean, way out in the suburbs. So, Kevin Thomas out for the night. Work tomorrow. Fantastic Gilman. Have a great night, everyone. Thanks, Kevin, for dropping by. Appreciate it. Mike says there's other ways for kids to appear in neighborhoods, Aaron, magically. Now I know. I think Shelly's doing homework or something. I will let her know. No, there's no, Daniel Russell says Antifa. There's no Antifa out this far. They've been actually fairly quiet since the new regime has taken over. But they already did their damage. The city's downtown area is not great. But again, I don't go down there, so I feel like I need more black in here. It's one thing that's why I admire Wrightson so much, is he was just like not afraid to put in a lot of black, and cover stuff up. I always want to put in detail and stuff, and then it's like, it would look so much cooler with more black. It's like more cowbell, right? Which reminds me of a story. So my son is an engineer. He worked at Legacy Special Effects for 6 months as an intern. And he actually got screen credit for working on Shape of Water because he worked on the Gillman's gills for that movie. And I forgot what I was going to tell you. I knew I was going to say something, but now I can't remember what it was. I was talking about shading. What was I going to tell you about Josh? It wasn't just that he worked. Oh, okay. So they were shooting this film, and like in the middle of the night, right? This kind of little horror film, or it was a trailer for a horror film or something. Somebody was trying to, pitch and get off the ground. So they're putting together this little sort of short film to, And so he was out there working behind the scenes. And he said it really sort of took the edge off horror films for him, because once you start working behind the scenes and you know what's actually going on, everything that we see on the screen that's so terrifying is suddenly not that terrifying. So they had these alien creatures that were coming out of the sewers and like attaching to people, and so even like, bursting through their chests and things like that. And so they had all these tubes set up, for the blood and everything to be squirting out of these people, and they got attacked by this monster. And so he was telling me the story. They're out there, 2 a.m. or whatever, and he was back there on the blood pump, right? That was pumping the blood out and through these guys' chests and stuff. And he just was laughing, telling me that, as he remembers, as the director kept going, "We need more blood, more blood, more blood." And so they were just whoosh, 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 pumping this thing, just firing blood through these plastic tubes to make it more disgusting. And so when they said more cowbell, it made me think of more blood. But yeah, it's really funny because my son used to be really sort of queasy about that kind of stuff. And but then after he was behind the scenes, like the guy pumping out all the blood, he kind of watches that stuff now and sort of laughs. So yeah, it really kind of ticked me off that my son got screen credit, and I have never got any screen credit, even though arguably I should have for Ragnarok and my contributions to Planet Hulk, which they used in there. They could have at least given me, one of those, when they mention all those guys at the end, they give special thanks to, that kind of stuff. I was really ticked because there was like names up there that didn't even work on Planet Hulk that were getting like, little special thanks to, like, Jimmy Chung. And Jimmy's a good guy. I don't, I'm not, like mad or anything that he got credit and I didn't, but I'm like, why did Jimmy get credit for this movie? And I actually worked on the comic that inspired part of the story, and I get no thanks at all. So yeah, so my son likes to rub that in my face, that he's got like screen credit and I don't. So until they make Wraith of God a movie, or one of my other projects, probably won't be getting any screen credit. Although, with my luck, I can see myself selling Wraith of God, then making like a movie or TV out of it, show out of it, and still not giving me any credit. I'm going, oh my gosh, we're so sorry, we forgot to put your name on it. It'd be like the just the perfect ending to my career. Die without screen credit. Which kind of means more to me because I went to film school, so I'm sort of like, God, that'd be so awesome if I had screen credit. Just to say I had it, you know. But nope. In fact, I think Josh, for Christmas, gave me like a, just to rub a little salt in the wound, he gave me a DVD of Thor Ragnarok. Yeah. And he put on it from a guy who has screen credit to a guy who doesn't. So he had got a good laugh out of that. So did I, as I wiped back the tears. Mm-hmm. Paul is correct. Planet Hulk is one of the best comic storylines ever. Jeff Potts says not in the picture. Well, I moved it back in the picture. Sorry. Oh, I got nothing in the cartoon movie either. Although they interviewed me in the special features DVD that comes with that animated Planet Hulk, and still gave me no credit in the opening. It says based on the graphic novel or based on the comic by Greg Pak and Carlo Paglione and Aaron Lopresti, but no, it doesn't say that. It just says Greg and Carlo are the only ones who got credit. And then they interviewed me. They interviewed me for the special features, and I have no credit. It's God's way of keeping me humble, I guess. But I did get good royalties off that project, so I'm not going to complain about that. But I think that's the only project I ever did that actually got, like, you know, the kind of royalties you're like, wow, that's a nice check. Sadly, I broke into comics after the boom was over, and or when it was just coming to an end. I got a decent royalty off Spider-Man 365. That's the black hologram cover, because I penciled and inked the origin story of Spider-Man, retelling his origin in that. And not very well, I must add. It was on my early jobs, but still did it. And got a nice royalty check for that. And then I got okay royalty checks for first issue of Sludge. That was it. And then it was over. These guys that were making, I remember one artist telling me, I won't say who it was, but he says, he was talking to him at a convention, and I don't know, he wanted to know how much money I was making or whatever, and I don't know how the conversation went exactly, but after I told him, he goes, I'm paying more in taxes than you're making. Oh, yeah. So he was a guy that was cashing in on the working on a big book and getting these fantastic royalties while I was only wishing. But although Planet Hulk didn't necessarily give me like huge royalties over time, just getting multiple royalties from that project and the reprinting of all the different trades they did and the hardcover and all that kind of stuff. It turned out pretty well. Can't complain. It's not like life-changing money. It's not like, Todd McFarlane or Jim Lee, royalties that they got off X-Men and Spider-Man and things like that. But for this day and age, it wasn't too shabby. So that's what we got going here. I'm going to get some gray to do that water. I got to be careful because I have I'm running my grays out and I have not refilled them, so I may not. Yeah, this cool gray 3 is thirsting. Yeah, that sucks. I need to go get some darker. It actually has some ink in it, like a C5. Let's go bold. Sequential Treasure says, give him red eyes. I just might do that, Sequential. Go ahead and just, I'll throw a little gray in here. Why not? See, I keep putting more work into this, and it kind of like, covers up the flaws a little bit. Gosh darn it, it's a sketch, right? It's not supposed to be perfect. And again, as dark as this looks, it's going to lighten up. If you can look down here on the legs, that gray would look really, really dark, and now it's lightening up as it soaks into the paper. Put some back here. Now I'm going to go in with a lighter, go with the C2, because I actually think it has some ink in it. It does. I think it does. It's hard to blend it because it looks as dark as what I just laid down until it dries, and then it's going to come out much lighter. I think I'm gonna go radically bold here. I don't know why, but I just think I am. And no, I'm not. It's too bold. Okay. Let me see if I can find a good 0.8 that has some life left in it. Because I abuse these things so badly. There we go. And again, this paper is textured, and it really sort of breaks up the line quality so that I can't lay down like a real thick, heavy line with these pens. I have to sort of go back over it a couple times, as you see me doing here, to get something thicker out of it. Just do a quick outline here. Some of these lines just look a little light to me, feel like they're getting lost, even though they probably really aren't. I think that's part of, being a comic book artist for so long is you see something that doesn't have a real bold line on it and it doesn't look right. When in reality, it probably looks fine. But again, I've talked about this before. It's sort of like, it's training your eye to see things a certain way. And you get used to, okay, this looks good. And then you try and change your style a little bit. And it takes time because you're doing stuff that you haven't normally done in the past. And so your brain isn't trained to go, wow, that looks good. Even if it does look good. You might see it in somebody else's work, but when you see it in yours, and it's not the same as what you've been doing, it doesn't look right. Even though to somebody else it might look fine. Or someone else, another artist doing the same thing you're doing, you say, oh, that looks great. And you try and do it. And, you don't like the way it looks because you're just not used to seeing your art like that. So it takes some retraining of your brain to kind of, of what you find acceptable or what looks good to you. So this is actually sketching like this and being quick and sort of down and dirty with you guys has sort of actually helped me. Sort of. Now see, this red isn't going to be pure red because it's going to be filtered through that gray paper. It's going to darken it. Or I should say the gray paper is going to filter through the red. Got to put a little highlight in there. Tempted to go in here and put some highlights in. You guys can't really, these highlights are really bright, but it doesn't really show as brightly.
Did you feed the beast?
No. A few people have been asking about it, like, where's Shelly at? So I think she's grading papers.
I was.
See, I was right.
And then I took some pain meds. I'm a little bit fatigued from all the fighting on Twitter I've done today.
Oh, jeez. I think you're addicted to.
No, I just don't like people
brawling.
I don't like people saying crap. It isn't true, darn it. That's pretty cool.
Bill
You're
Meacham
pretty
says
good
he's
at
just,
that.
well, you know,
Maybe you should consider a career in the arts.
yeah, I'm either that or retiring. One of the
Well,
two.
should have married better.
Yeah.
All right, I'll feed the beast. Let's go eat. Look. It's time for dinner. Let's go.
Yeah, you're right. You can't even see the red. Well, you can. It's not showing up really well on the camera. When I show it through the other camera after I'm done, I'll hold it up. You'll be able to see it better. This is a Presto pen, jumbo correction pen, basically. Multi-purpose, ozone safe from Pentel. Yeah, it was me. Some of that stuff ain't great, like I said, but you know, I was breaking in, I was learning, and but yeah, that was me that did a lot of those Spider-Man backups. Kind of fun thing about this pen is you can do like streaky lines like that, you know, for like water dripping or whatever, and it you can see it better like that, you know, and it kind of breaks up just naturally. You can skip it on here with the paper, not pressing down real hard, and you can get that kind of streaky sort of broken line look that looks like rain or water dripping or something like that. And of course, once again, David Williams turned me on to this pen. So, hey, there's a Geek Avenger says, "Hail Shelley." There you go.
Woo! All right, coming in. Just make sure that camera's not on me. Man, I was up all night. Okay. Check out your guns.
They're very cool and they're very heavy.
That's some serious. Oh, this one is super cool.
Isn't that cool? You're talking about the double-barreled Esther.
Yes.
Yes.
I think the Salvation Army chick should carry that thing.
That's what she's doing. That's her gun.
Nice. Makes mine look like a BB gun.
All right. I think that's about.
What's Joe say? We're gonna just start calling her Twitter ID. I can't. My eyes are so blurry.
Where? Which one? We're going to start calling her Twitter 10-round Shelley.
Seriously, people are so stupid.
Well, I thought the guy today was funny because he said something about Ethan Van Sciver, and he said this is a guy who about Comicsgate being a hate group with no evidence. And he said, "Oh yeah, what about that time Ethan cut the heads off those figurines?" I was like, cutting the heads off of plastic.
I know you're
figures
triggered by plastic.
Is not a hate crime.
Oh my gosh, it was so funny.
It's a guy trolling Star Wars people is what he was doing. You know.
One guy said to me, "You sound smart," like he was trying to make me look like an idiot. And I go, "Well, thank you. I am quite intelligent with a master's degree in mathematics. So thanks for noticing." He didn't. Yeah, Shelley versus Twitter trolls. Let's be a bloodbath. I just don't like it when they say stupid stuff that isn't true against people who don't deserve it. And yeah, they weaponize words they have no right to use. How's that?
I couldn't have
What's
said it
everybody
better
doing?
myself.
Geek Avenger. Yeah.
All right, so another monster bites the dust.
Yes, Randy.
I'm going to
Dueling with weirdos.
watch
Can't help
out.
myself. Oh,
Watch out. I'm gonna
Back
switch the
it
camera.
up. Back it up.
Shelly's diving on the floor to get out of the camera. Still in it. No, I'm kidding.
Oh,
Hey, there I am. So, okay, so you can see the red in the eye. There you go. You can see it better. I do it like that. So yeah, just kind of a fun little thing, right? To celebrate my toy guns. I should have drawn Santa Claus is what I should have done. He's hardly a monster. But anyway, yeah, so there we go. There's another monster down, and we've got, geez, we still have like 16 days left. There's a lot of monsters to be
A lot
drawn.
of monsters.
Yeah.
I think you should draw me.
No. Beauty and the Beast.
I'm a Twitter
To be the
monster.
beauty. Check this out in case you
Okay,
came late.
Keep your finger off the trigger unless you're ready to shoot.
There's no bullets in here. It's not
No.
real.
But it's good practice.
See, I have to pull the hammer back with my thumb.
You go to.
Yeah, that's what they did.
The quick shooters.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not doing it any faster. So anyway, I got this. This is the Wraith gun. Woohoo! See it? Look at that. It's a clean barrel on this side, but then on this side it's got the little double thing. And so see, this is the things that you learn. I was looking at the picture and it felt like it was underneath it when I saw the picture, but it's off to the side. See?
What does that do?
I don't know.
What does it
But I
do?
just
Somebody tell us.
I just got to remember to draw it the correct way.
Oh,
So that's why I've got this.
okay.
Now,
Oh, I want one of these.
I know this is, well, you can play with it anytime
No,
you
I
like.
want a real one.
Oh my gosh. Double firing action right here with this baby.
I bet you're ready to shoot.
I am.
Okay.
I'm darn right. I'm not cocking this for recreation,
Just
baby.
for recreation.
I'm firing.
He's locked and loaded.
I'm locked and loaded, baby. Look at that wood, man. That is awesome. And it's metal and it's just all, yeah.
Oh, don't get clipped.
So
Oh, they're just going to clip that.
check this
Use it.
out. Look at that. There's,
Oh my gosh,
there's
there's a time
pirate guns. I want to get a pirate gun so bad.
for Halloween.
Well, I don't know if I can get it fast.
Do you have a pirate costume?
I do. We have to
That is
dress up,
super
don't we,
cool.
for the Sunday show because it's on Halloween, isn't it?
Right.
This is
I don't
almost.
know if I should go as white Taylor Trash Shelley, or I guess I could do the pirate chick again, but I don't know if it still fits. I kind of like the trailer, white trash Shelley.
White trash Shelly with her white claw.
I won't have to go. I won't have to do much.
So, so anyway, those guns are for reference for, of course, this campaign, which is still alive. Now, it's technically, what do you call it? The live part
In
of it,
demand.
it is over, but it's still in demand. So
In
it's so
demand.
open like a store that you can go in there and order a copy. Let's take a look at this expensive video that I paid for. So there you
There
go.
it
That's
is.
Wraith of God. That's my project. That the link to go back that or just to check it out is right there in the description of this video. So I'd encourage you to do that. It's going to be it's pushing 80-page graphic novel. It'll be massive. Practically a 4-issue miniseries rolled into one.
Rolled into one.
And that's why I have these old Western guns to use as reference. And boy, am I excited. You can tell to have it there. Now you can.
Now I can check it out.
So anyway, that's pretty much all I got for you guys today. I appreciate you dropping in and checking out the live stream. We did we unboxed the guns, and only $15 away from 107. I was $5 away earlier today. Did someone?
I think this cleans it.
Is my math not correct?
Uh-oh.
I got to check because I'm like, did someone? Oh, my math is not correct. It's actually $15 away. Well, you know.
What's math?
15, 5, whatever. So basically, the next person that orders a book pushes us over $107,000. What does that mean? It means nothing except it's $107,000, which I thank you guys all for supporting and making it happen. Just amazing. So I really appreciate you guys getting behind the project and getting behind me on the project. You know, I think, what's a better tune, this one or Graham Nolan's Alien Alamo? I kind of like Alien Alamo a little bit better.
The tune?
Yeah. But I do like this one.
I love it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Let's see. Okay, so there we have it, guys. If I missed putting your chat up, I apologize, but if you pay me money, I'll never miss it. So those are called super chats. But I try. I try to get everybody on there that I can while I'm drawing.
I tunnel everybody down. I wasn't in here to monitor.
Yeah, and see, there he goes. That's why Mike says that's why you leave the math to Shelley, and that's exactly why. Because I can't tell the difference between. Well, you know, the funny thing is, I thought there was only $8 to get to 107, and then I looked at it and went, "Oh, it's only $5." I must have been mistaken, but actually, it was $15. And
one.
Maybe by tomorrow it'll be $25. I don't know, but as far as I can tell, it's 15.
Good stuff.
So anyway, let's see. Get Shelley to post a photo of that peacemaker. That will cause a ruckus. I'm sure
that will.
So, but anyway.
Well, somebody did call me a snowflake and said I needed a safe room. And I said, no, I don't need a safe room. I have one called SIG.
Oh, look at Geek Avengers felt sorry for me. Thank you, Geek. Go, Aaron, go. Give me a $5 super chat. Thank you.
Woo!
Yeah, baby. Thank you so much. So I really appreciate
funny.
that. That umbrella guy has posted pics of his guns. Do it.
Okay.
It'll trigger all the right people. Yeah. All right. So that's all we got for you.
Yeah.
Get it? Hey. See, that almost slipped right by me there. I didn't catch that.
But don't
Okay, I'm stalling the end of the show. So this is it. This is goodbye. Julie Pascal says nice. Thanks, Julie.
Nice.
Anyway, thank you guys for joining me today and watching me draw pictures and looking at my toy guns. And I'm not sure if I'll be back tomorrow or not, but we'll definitely be here.
Of course you will.
Maybe. You know what? I'll turn.
Don't you dare. What? Not the neck. Not the neck.
Yeah, maybe I'll do a live stream of us cleaning the studio. That'll draw them in. That'll draw them in. Anyway, so if I don't see it before Sunday,
I'll see you Sunday.
But have a good weekend. Enjoy the rest of your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and we'll see you guys maybe tomorrow, but most definitely Sunday at 5:00 Pacific time. Thank you, one. Thank you all. See you next time.